attorney acknowledged she knows public pressure is extremely high on this case and that she understands people expect results quickly. The holdup in a case like this is the immense number of evidence pieces and police reports we now know they're going through, but she did face reporter questions head on.
Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell wants the public to know she knows what she's doing when it comes to the Preston Lord murder investigation.
What I would say to the public is this is not my first rodeo. We are just lining the ducks up.
16-year-old Preston Lord was assaulted at a late October party in Queen Creek, then died from his injuries days later. As days and weeks went on with no action, the community started rallying for arrests to be made. That has not happened. Instead, 2 months later, the Queen Creek Police Department submitted charges to the county attorney's review for 7 people, both adults and kids, and Mitchell's office is working through that now. She says the police report has grown to more than 2,000 pages, and they have more than 2,000 pieces of evidence between pictures, videos, and interviews. That's important because in many of the recent East Valley teen violence incidents, the attacks were videotaped, becoming crucial pieces of evidence that could lead to charges. Mitchell says they have 600 videos alone in the Preston Lord case.
Of the 600 videos or so that you have in evidence, is there video of the actual attack on Preston Lord?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Mitchell says at this point, nobody has been ruled out in the investigation and nobody has been added to the 7 people recommended for charges in Lord's murder. The office is dealing with public pressure of the mounting East Valley teen violence investigations and whether or not Preston Lord's death is connected to the group of teens Gilbert police refer to as the Gilbert Goons, who at this point have not been legally deemed a criminal street gang in Arizona.
I don't know where the name Gilbert Goons came from. It doesn't seem to capture the seriousness of this. These are criminal acts. It really doesn't matter to me what they call themselves or what people call them. What matters to me is what they did and what we can prove that they did.
Mitchell says when they announce what charges they're filing, if any at all, we'll learn that day or shortly after if criminal street gang charges will be part of that.
Of course, the burning question from everyone, is there a timeline as to when the county attorney expects to be able to share what charges may be filed against the 7 people? She said that is not something she can responsibly give right now, only that 2 experienced homicide prosecutors are reviewing every single part of this case to make sure they get it right, guys.
So wait to see on the gang charges, but anything more on the specific charges for those 7 in this case?
I asked the county attorney that. I asked, okay, are we looking at all murder charges? Are we looking at a slew of different charges? I want to quote this word for word. She would only say they're considering whatever charges fit the scenario as they learn information. That would lead me to believe we're looking at multiple different charges that would be spread among these 7 people.
And she continues to say they have one chance to get this right, so it could still take a while. Brianna, thank you so much.
Now